Good evening. Let us start the class.
Good evening.
Today we'll see how we can create folders. How can we see the files in a folder through VBA.
Irfan, have you shared your screen?
Oh, not yet.
Okay.
Is it coming now? Can you guys view my screen now? Are you able to?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can.
Okay, we'll start from make folder.
Oh,
I'll insert a new module for this. Files folders. Okay, sub make folder, create folder. Here there are for this we need to create a reference for file system object. You already know how to create a reference. Go to tools, references, and look for file system. Already selected. All right. Oh. Okay. This is the one. Microsoft scripting runtime. Okay. Microsoft scripting runtime. We have to create an object for this first. Dim FSO file system object as new scripting dot file system object. Okay. First of all, we'll make a location where we want. It's a mess here. Files, folders, VBA files and folders. Okay, we'll do everything in this folder. Okay, I copied the location. These are all the methods available. Whatever we can do is here. There is a big list, but we'll see only important things which we may need. We want to create a folder. Create folder, and we need a path. This is the path, and we need to give a new name to the folder. While creating a folder, we need to give a new name to the folder. We'll say VBA first folder. Okay. Let us execute, and right now there is no folders here. We'll execute this. VBA first folder is created. Before creating, we'll see if that folder exists. If it doesn't exist, then only we'll create a folder. For that, if fso dot folder exists is the method, then give the location. This is the location where we want. So we have to add not to it. If not folder exists, then create it. If fso folder, something wrong here. So if does not exist, then create folder. Else we'll have a message box, folder exists. Let us see this time. Okay, folder exists. It is there. I'll delete this. Now it should able to create now. Now it has created the folder. Suppose if we have to create several folders, and folder names are in the Excel sheet. Let us add 5 names here. Test, test1, test2, test3, 4, 5. Okay. And folder structure, the sheet name. I'll not make any changes here. I'll add a new macro. I'll add only S, create folders. Okay, we need to have an object FSO for that, and also we need to check every time if that folder is there, but we need a variable for this folder name. Okay. What we have to do first step should be, we should go to this, we may be here. First we have to go to this sheet. So sheets of folder struct is the sheet name dot activate. Okay, then what we have to do, we have to loop through the cells to get this names, to get this folder names. To get the folder names, we need to loop from here to here. For I is equal to, row number is 2, 2 to 6, 2 to 7, 2 to 7. Then everything should be in loop. So we need to have another variable, dim folder name as string, and this folder name will set in the for loop. Where is the folder name? It is in range of B, and it could be anything from 2 to 7, that is in the I dot value. So now here we'll have the folder name, and we'll check if that folder exists. Okay, we make only a small change from this macro. We remove a hard-coded folder name with a sheet which is providing us the folder name. And we'll remove this part because we don't like to see any messages. If it is there, it should not create. If it is not there, it should create. That is our purpose. Let us execute for the first time. It is going to create 6 folders here. So it has created all the 6 folders with a single click, right? And it has taken the names from the sheet. So this way you can customize any structure, and if you want to have it on a if all the folders should not come in this folder, then you can customize this also. Even this one you can get from the Excel file. Okay, let me show you even that one. Okay, and if you want this test1 folder in test folder, then you can have like this. And if you want to repeat this, only one folder will be here in the main folder, and rest of the 5 folders will be inside the test folders. So we'll go and delete these folders here, and we'll run macro once again. And even here it should be only folders, folder name. So we are not hard coding anything. Whatever is there, we are placing in the Excel sheet itself. So one folder is here, and rest of the folders should be inside this. Okay. Now we have created folders. Suppose if we have to delete these folders. Or let us see only deleting one folder. Okay, sub delete folder. So every time we have to create a object for FSO. So I don't want to type it again. I copied. We'll check. First of all, we'll check if that folder is available. Then we'll delete. So for that, if not, FSO dot folder exists, then we need to give the folder location and name. Same thing. We'll copy it from here, and we'll delete test3 folder. Sorry, if exist, then what we have to do, we have to delete FSO dot delete folder, and if. So let us execute this. Test3 is there. It is going to delete this folder now. Argument not optional because we did not mention the folder name and path. Okay. So test3 folder is being deleted. So if you have several folders, then you can use the same logic. Just create a for loop and get the name of the folder and location of the folder and delete. Okay, this is about folder creating and deleting, and sometimes we may have to copy a folder. Sub copy folder. So every time until we create a global variable, we cannot sorry, I did not copy this object. Okay, so first of all we'll check if the folder exists, then we'll copy folder 2, then fso dot copy folder. Here we need to give two arguments. One is the source folder and another is a destination folder. Our source folder is what we are uh, checking. This is our source folder, and by typing a comma you get the second argument, and we'll paste it in a test folder, root folder test. And for confirmation we'll write a message box. No need to, we'll check it manually. And okay, the only difference is we need to give source and target, both the folder locations. Okay, right now root folder test doesn't have which one we are copying, test2, and we'll paste it in the root folder, VBA files and folders. It should come here now. We'll copy this folder here now. It did not copy. So copy folder test2. Okay, here we want test2, or you can give a new name, test2 new. Okay, now it came. So basically it copied this folder with a new name in the root folder. So basically we can give any location whatever you mention here, and this you can again replace with a same example. Now we'll see uh, file, how to copy a file.
How do we change the line of the code? Like we just put an underscore or something if we want to change the line.
Which line?
Like
No, next line, you mean?
yes.
Yeah, just underscore. Give a space and underscore.
And again an inverted commas in next
Yeah, just we have extended. Like whatever the string you pass, it should be in double quotes. Otherwise, you can create uh, two variables here: dim source folder, comma destination folder as string. Then you can assign source folder, uh, just replace this part with source folder and assign the variable like this. Then destination folder also same thing. This line also replaced with source folder, and this will assign to this variable. So now it's easy to read, right? Okay, this is about the folders. Now we'll see how to copy file, delete file, and that is also same. If you understood one thing, then even files are the same way. First we'll see copy file, then we need the same FSO, file system object, FSO dot copy file. Only method is changing, and the same way we need to give source and destination. Okay, source file comma destination file. So we'll create variables for this. Dim as string, and here also we'll first check if file exists. Dot file exist. Earlier we are checking for folder exist. This time we'll check for file exist, and we'll check whether source file is there. If it exists, then only copy. So now we have to set the source file and destination file. Okay. Uh, we'll copy the files here in this folder. So this will be our destination. Need to mention the file name. Uh, we'll say copied file, and We'll copy this arrays.docx file. So we need folder and name of the file arrays dot extension docx. I'm pretty sure. Okay, extension is here docx, and this is the name of the file, and it is about 15 KB and created on January 28th. So let us execute for the first time. Or we'll give the wrong file name, array.docx. Let us see whether it creates. It did not create anything, right? Now let us give the right name, arrays. So it came, but we have not given the extension. That's why it is not showing up properly. Now let us give the extension .docx. This file will be there, and one more file will be added with it will be a Word file. Okay, and it has 15 KB and it is created on same date and time. So this is about copying a file. Then we'll see deleting a file. Sub delete file. We need a FSO object for this. Then for deleting a file, we need only location of the file. Okay, delete file is a variable which we declare here. Okay, before deleting, we'll check again whether this file exists. If fso dot file exists, then it should delete fso dot delete file. Which file? The file which we checked. If and with and if. Okay. So we are deleting the non-word file. I removed the extension, so it should remove this file. Okay, it has removed it. And we may have to delete several files, so we may have to loop it. I'll copy some files here. Okay. We'll just copy and paste it, and Again, we'll do this with a Excel file here. Uh, 4, 3, 2, and 4, 3, 2. Then nothing is there. This is the one. Then this one. Okay. I'll remove this. File names, and it is located here. I'll keep this in another place. I did not combine the file and location. Location will be in E2. Okay, we'll be doing the same thing but in a different way here. First of all, we need to go to the sheet, and sheet name is sheets of dot activate. Sheet name is folder structure. Then here we'll get the file name. For that, we need to go to the range of d ampersand I dot value, and this should be in loop for I is equal to 2 to 6. Then everything should come in loop. Next, so we got the file name, but we don't have, still we need the folder name, main folder name. For that we concatenate things here. This should be missing, and this is in E, and we can directly give here. This is E2. Location is E2. Location is E2. Then concatenating the, then we are getting the value of the file name. File name from D2 to D6. Okay, D2 to D6. So first we'll check whether file exists. If exists, then it will delete. So right now 5 files are there. When we run this, so all the files should get deleted. Okay. Delete files. All files. Okay. So it deleted. No, it did not. It did not delete anything here. Why? Tell file range of e2 dot value activated 226 e2 dot value, then d2 dot value. PBA files, then copied file, copy 4. Oh, extension is missing. That's why it's not able to delete. So we know the extension, right? We know the extension, so we'll use ampersand and .docx. All the file have the same extension. Now let us see, it should delete. Okay, now it has deleted all the files. And this will be very useful for deleting the log files or for automating the files which we may generate regularly or which we keep on exporting on a location, but at some point we have to delete those files. So we have seen delete file, copy file. Okay. Uh, okay, now let us see how to create a file. We have seen creating a folder, but this time we'll see how to create a Word file, text file. So create text file. Okay. For this again we need this one. Then also we'll need one more object of file as object. Okay. And where we want to create that, we'll create the text file on this location. So file path is equal to this one. Okay, we'll declare this dim file path as string. Okay. And name of the file, we'll say first text file dot txt. Okay, now we'll set this object of file. For setting we need to say set o file is equal to fso dot create text file file path, or directly we can replace this part here. Okay, then set already we have set. Now we'll write data to the file. Here we have created the file. Now we'll write on it. O file dot write line is the method, and we'll write here today's date is ampersand date. Date is the function. This is the first line, and second line will write the time. Today time is a function. Okay, this two line, and third line will say hello. Okay, then we'll close the file, and then we have to release the memory. For releasing the memory, set O file is equal to nothing, and also we can release FSO every time. Set FSO is equal to nothing. Okay, so when I execute this micro, it should create a file with the name first text file .txt with this name, and this is the location. Okay, this is the location, and first we are creating a file and we are writing 3 lines, then we are closing it and releasing the memory. Let us execute this. Okay, your first text file is ready. Let us see what is in it. Today's date is, this is the date, today's date, and this is the time we created, time, and third line is hello. This is what we wrote in the code. Okay. Third line hello, time, date. So this is about creating a file.
Irfan, just by changing the extension, we can create the Word file too?
No, we can create a Word file, but format, I don't think it will be in a recognizable way, because we can only create text files here.
Okay.
I think we won't be able to read the data. Let us try this. It has created a file. The file, first text file, cannot be opened because format do not match. Okay. So it is only for the text files. Yeah.
So,
Okay.
when you're defining it as scripting.file system object, that is to create or open or operate with the folders. And when you say as object, that is for the creating the text files actually. So that is folders and this is for files, right?
No, no, no. This is the file system object, and this is actually the file. This is the text file. See, we are setting here file. We are asking to create from a FSO on this location, and we are passing that completely file to this object O file, so that we can write some text in that file. Do you see everywhere here with the write line? I'm using O file, not fso.writeLine. Okay. We are creating a file through file object, file system object, but we are passing that file to a new variable called O file, which we are declaring as an object. And
but we don't need to do this thing while creating a folder.
We don't need to do that, because we don't write anything in the folder, right? But in the file we have to write, because empty file is useless. So we are opening the file, and we are writing some text, and we are closing it. How about reading from the text file to the Excel? So now you understood, you can replace this with a variable and you can paste data from the Excel to this one, right? I don't have to show that, right?
What, like if this data was written in Excel, then how to bring it here?
Yeah, if you want to write this text into this text file, then just you have to replace this with a variable and keep it in the loop, right? The same thing we did for the folders to delete, file to delete. You want me to show that?
No, I think we're good.
So everyone is good, right? Okay. So we'll see how to read from a text file. Okay. Sub read from text file. So again, we need a file system object. Then we need a object to hold that file. Then we need the file location. Then we'll set O file is equal to fso dot open text file, then give the path file path, and you need to give another, you need to pass another argument. What for? You're opening the file, for appending, for reading, or for writing? For reading. We are opening this file for reading. Okay. Then we'll, whatever we open, we'll pass it to some sheet. Okay. Write data. Okay. So sheets of write data dot activate or select Then use a loop, do while o file dot at end of file, end of file string PAM should be like this, string not equal to true. Do while should end with loop, and within the loop we should increase the counter I is equal to I plus 1. But if we take for loop, we don't have to increase the counter. Then on range A ampersand I means with the loop it should change the value is equal to o file dot read line, then loop, then we can close the file. We are done with the file dot close, then set o file is equal to nothing and set fso is equal to nothing. Okay, first we are creating a FSO object, then another object for holding the file. Okay, and this is the path of the file which we want to read. Okay, and we are passing that file to set o file, and that is for reading. Okay, then we are activating this sheet, then we are looping into the lines, all the lines here till the end of the line, last line, and we are passing that value to A, column A. So let us execute this one. Okay, these are the 3 lines in the text file, right? All the 3 lines are here in the Excel sheet. Okay, so these are all important objects of file system object, and I don't think anything else is important here. So dot copy folder, creating exist folder, get file. Okay, so other methods you can try using Google and all, but all these are important and you can keep this handy. Any questions?
So when we copy the data from text file to Excel, it's basically just copying whatever is written. Like the time and date thing which we put, that will not be activated or it will not work.
No, but I didn't understand your question. There could be thousand lines of could be there,
Okay.
right? This is our sample text file. Let us take another text file. We should find it has very few lines. Okay. We'll take this file. We'll read from this file. Here just we need to change the file name, and we'll delete whatever the data is here so that we can have a right. These were the email addresses in that text file. Manually, if we do, it may take long time for us, right? Copy, then go paste. With the macro, it is faster. Okay, let me see if I can show some more small things. Paste. Okay. One more small thing is sub get user name from Windows. Okay. We'll do one thing. We'll take it in the message box. Message box environment of expression uh, user name. Okay. Okay. This is the username which I got from the Windows. Let us see what it returns for user ID. Nothing. And what else we can see here with the environment variable? User profile. Okay, this is the profile, and I think I'll copy here. What else we can see? Uh, User profile, username. Sometimes we have to get this. Environment, computer name. Computer name. Okay, this is the name of the computer. You can see the computer name in the control panel. Here is the computer name. Okay, so this computer name we got from Windows into Excel. And two more things are there which is important and which may be needed sometimes. Environment, then system drive, system space drive. Let us try this way. Don't think system should have a space. Okay, it says system drive C colon. Whenever you see, it's a C drive. And one more last thing is operating system. Operating system should not have space. So no, it could be OS, operating system. It could be OS. Oh, yes, it's Windows NT. Okay, but most likely you're going to use the computer name and username and sometimes user profile. These are commonly used to see who has opened this file so that we can capture the username and save it in our application, like who is editing. We can track what the user has done. So this one is commonly used, and from which computer he has opened that file. For that we check the computer name, and sometimes for saving the file, like every user will have a different profile, so we may have to save on more than one user. If we have to save the file on more than one user profile, then in that case we need the user profile also. And I think only few topics left. We'll try to finish off this weekend, and we'll concentrate on project. We have done all this: sort, filter, formatting, VLOOKUP, workbook protection. All this we have done already. Forms, get data, send data, name, range. We did this. We did not this. We need to see this. We are done with hyperlinks, dashboard, find data, hide sheet export. This is done. We need this one. And a copy sheet from another, insert sheet, delete, group, ungroup rows. All these are done. Templates is a small topic. Pivot charts, predictables, calculations, charts. Okay, this weekend we should able to finish this. Yeah. Today we saw files and folders. Any questions? before winding up this class? Anybody having any questions? Okay, then tomorrow we'll meet again at 8:30. But I'll be online from 8 o'clock. If anybody having any questions, they can come up at 8 o'clock and just call me on Skype. We'll discuss if you have any issues, any problems. Okay. Okay. Good night.
Okay, good night.